What's up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Come talk Sixers with us. Nah, we got first half observations. Look in the second half, even though the Sixers stink right now. But come talk with us.
I mean, how silly is that, man? We're talking about practice.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions. Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you. Let the celebration begin.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of A2D Wednesday nights here on A2D Radio. As always, John Coyle, Ryan Elizik, Rob Brinkman, Noah Eaton. I'm Greg Milakvic. No Tom Arnone tonight. He was at that disaster of a game, so he's going through it right now with the little guy. So no Tom. Later in the show, we'll talk Phillies spring training, pitchers and catchers. Are you excited? Are you not excited? What's going on Phillies wise? Right? Eagles. We'll do a little stay or go. Jalen Phillips is our first topic, or our first target. And we'll do that over the next few weeks. Main topic at hand, though, Sixers blown out, head into the All-Star break. What is going on? Joel's now hurt again, or at least just not playing again, not back-to-back. So we got a little bit to discuss here I think Jose Alvarado just got another steal and hit just another three as this opening has been going on. So which leads us all into our poll question. Where am I at? The All-Star break is hitting the Sixers at the perfect time. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, that's where we're live. You can find us on any podcast tomorrow as well. And we are every Wednesday brought to you by Doc. Make him yours, Dr. Paul Vidal. Specialized Physical Therapy. You can find him there on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Tell him the boys at A2D sent you. He'll take care of you. I think this is a pretty easy question, at least it is for me. But yeah, I'm going to agree. It sucks too, because I also think there was a part of me that if they would have won tonight or won on the other night, was Sunday night or whatever, Monday night, that you could have disagreed to this, right? But the way the last two games have gone without Joel, to me, it's got to be an agree for this question. Joel's, you started at what was a really good West Coast trip, right? You were 2-1 going into that last game, or 3-1 going into that last game, and then Joel comes up with that knee soreness, keeps it out of the Portland game, and then, like most getaway games in baseball, and at the end of a road trip, that's probably your worst game to miss your big gun, and that now stems into getting blown out by 75 tonight at home by the Knicks. So yeah. To me, it's an easy one. This is a stone cold agree for me.
Yeah, I mean, obviously an agree because, I mean, your star player is right back where he's most comfortable, on the bench, on the injured list. Surprise, 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 surprise. Like, just when you think that this team is going to be cool and maybe do something for you, you just get squashed because Joel Embiid, again, is hurt. Again, unreliable. I mean, if he's hurt now, he's going to be hurt later. So, I mean, whatever. You got to suit up tonight. You missed Monday. You're sore. Excuse me? I wake up sore every fucking morning, and I go to work. You play basketball 3 times a week, if that. You got to take
Not even that for him.
Not even that for him. Those guys, like, dude, you need to take a Percocet. You need to get your ass on the court at home against a division rival in the last game before the All-Star break. You get a whole weekend to rest. Like, you got to be out there.
Yeah, full week. They play next Thursday.
Full week. And you're going to give me 20 minutes. I don't need you. Don't give me 38 minutes. That's fine. You don't have 38 in you. You got to give me 28 tonight. 20, 25, 18. You got to empty the tank with a week off coming up. That's just – and you missed the game in Portland. Like, and I know everyone on the panel is going to jump down my throat, and everyone in the panel, everyone in the comments is going to jump down my throat. No, you need him for the playoffs. No, you needed him tonight. You needed him tonight. That's a big regular season game. Now you lose the season series to the Knicks 3-1, and it's so deflating. And if it's deflating to us, it's definitely deflating to the locker room. So I guess whatever, go to the All-Star break and hope this guy can find his way on the court before May.
The only thing I'll disagree with you, Rob, is we know that's how they handle Joel, right? That's the only thing I'll disagree with. I don't disagree with needing him to play and any of all that stuff, but track record-wise that if there's any soreness that this guy doesn't play. And then even if they are trying to ramp up, then the low minutes are never a thing that they've ever done. Because how many times throughout the years have we asked for a 20-minute a night from Joel, right? And 18 minutes, like you were saying. We've never gotten that, right? So I agree with everything you said except for that one part of we just know that that's how the Sixers are going to handle it. If this guy says he's sore, and especially with a week off, he's going to get that game, and they're going to punt a game in the middle of February, right, wrong, or indifferent, right?
I wish I could just go into work tomorrow and say I'm sore, and they could just be like, "No, whoa, Rob, whoa, you're a little sore. Go on home, put your feet up, watch Pebble Beach, AT&T.
Yeah. We'll pay you for the day.
Yeah, you're good. Here, take a little extra." Ridiculous that he doesn't play tonight.
I agree. Look, I agree to the poll question. Rob, I agree with a lot of your points, but let's face it, it's professional sports in 2026, guys. And unfortunately, it's been that way for a while. There's a lot of teams, and this is across all four major sports where many believe in load management and all that other happy horse shit. And do I like it? No, of course not. And if I had tickets to the game like our boy Tom did tonight, I sure as hell wouldn't be too happy driving down I-95 going to the game, flip on the radio to find out he's not playing, So I from a fan perspective, I can certainly understand why you would be upset. Flat out, the Sixers sure looked like they were ready for a week off. That's for damn sure, because they sure as hell didn't show up tonight. I mean, to lose by
Maxey.
Yeah, to lose by 49 points is absolutely embarrassing and unacceptable. That goes without saying. As far as their handling of Joel Embiid, look, guys, he gets hurt every year. And I would love to say that he could get through one fucking season without, some bumps and bruises. But let's face it, it is what it is. He was on a good recent run, and in spurts, he has shown that he can be one of the best players in the league. But unfortunately, the large body of work shows that the more minutes they put him on the floor, eventually his body breaks down. And, here's to hoping the week off will help him. As Greg alluded to earlier, they don't take the floor again until next Thursday against Atlanta. So hopefully he sure as hell better be ready by then to play some basketball. And hopefully as the spring approaches and the playoffs we get closer to playoff action, hopefully he'll be effective. I mean, that's the best they can hope for at this point. Let's face it, guys. This is not a championship contending team. This is a middle-of-the-road basketball team. Now in a middling,
I don't agree with that.
In a middling,
I don't agree with that at all.
Conference.
Absolutely disagree with that.
Because the playoffs are a different animal. There's no back-to-back games in the playoffs. Paul George is going to be back in the playoffs. Joel Embiid's not going to miss a game in the playoffs. Or you hope not, right? If Joel Embiid's not here, you're 100% right. Yes, they're a mid-level team. But we were just talking a week ago, Joel's back to his MVP form.
Right.
6 straight 30-point games. I mean, we were just talking a week ago that Joel's back. And then, yeah, sure, the knee soreness kills you. It kills the road trip. It kills heading into the break 100%. Right. Not disagreeing there. But to say they're not a championship team in a wide-open Eastern Conference, I think is just reactionary. It's dial radio shit.
Do I think they're going to hoist the Larry O'Brien this year? Absolutely not. I think
I don't. I'm not saying they are, but in a wide open Eastern Conference, they sure can.
Best case scenario, they can make an Eastern Conference Finals run.
And for us right now, as Sixers fans, that's a damn near Larry O'Brien. Just getting there.
Yeah.
But Ryan John to the poll before we get too deep into the Joel Embiid hatred.
Look, I disagree with the
I
poll
don't
for
hate
one
the guy.
specific
Just
reason.
stay healthy. That's all. Yeah.
I disagree with the poll for one specific reason, and it's because of the guy you guys are arguing about right now. Joel Embiid's been playing great fucking basketball. So you really think that Joel has been playing really great basketball, wants to take a week off and lose a step? Obviously, he's going to miss the game here or there. I feel like we've all accepted that at this point. I know I have. But when the dude's on the court and he's healthy enough to play 30 plus minutes a night, he's a top 10 player in the league. He's looked like himself recently. Now I think it's very big for Tyrese Maxey, who had 30 tonight, who again somewhat decent. The only somewhat bright spot if you want to talk about the game tonight, which I don't really want to. But that dude hasn't been able to shoot at all, which is hilarious because it'll be the 3-point shooting contest this weekend.
Yeah, 3 of 8 tonight. Not good.
He's been brutal. I don't know if that I may have been a factor in that because I've been trying to bet him on his overs and threes, and he hasn't made.
Oh my god!
So look, man, look, I'm trying to help him out. He's just not. It's not working. But look, man, this, I think it stems back to the trade deadline where the team in general, it's something's off right now because you ruined the vibes in the locker room. Now, I can understand both sides. We talked about the trading of Jared McCain last week, but why would you do that without having something else? Because you got worse at the trade deadline. You got worse. You lost your depth, right? You didn't do anything to add in, and now you're just waiting for buyout candidates. So, obviously you had the Paul George thing where he's suspended for 25 games. Joel is obviously not a lock to play every night. He's going to be out there most of the time. And you lost guard depth, which was up until a week ago your strength. So I think it's probably a really good thing that this team gets a little bit of a break. So outside of Joel, they probably need it.
Yeah, I'm going to agree to the poll. I think that's an obvious agree to the poll. We definitely look like we need a break, especially with Joel Embiid, how he's feeling with the knee, with everything. The more concerning question to me is I hate the regular season NBA. It's the most pointless part of any major sports. The Sixers are going to make the playoffs, whether they're a play-in team or they're going to be in the top 6. It doesn't, we don't know yet, but they're going to make the playoffs. Are you telling me as ownership and management that Joel Embiid, everyone's going to be okay with him going into the playoffs? Can this team switch and go from Joel Embiid and Paul George not being in the lineup consistently to saying playoff time, we're going to be the team? Because you're right, Greg. The East is wide open this year. The Sixers have just as good a chance as anyone else. But if those two can't play on a consistent level with the younger talent that we have, there's no chance for this team to be successful. I have read this story in the past 7 years. I don't believe it. I've been saying it for 2 years now. I don't believe Joel Embiid, come playoff time, is the player he is in the regular season. So I am out on the Sixers. I will not buy playoff tickets. I will not go to games this year like I did in the past. I don't believe in this team. I don't believe management is telling us the story that they should be telling us with the sit-outs and the resting, and we're just getting ready for the playoffs. I don't buy it.
What other sit-outs other than Joel?
You got Paul George now, right?
Well, suspended definitely than sitting out.
I don't care what it is. How many games has this team played a solid 5 guys, their starting lineup all season? Are you telling me
valid point? Valid point.
The playoffs, you can do it. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, because they're pros. Paul George and Joel Embiid are seasoned pros, right? And if you look ahead real quick, we got 28 games left after the All-Star break. There is only 2 back-to-backs. Okay. So that should be promising for everybody but Paul George, right, John? To your point. So that should be promising that out of that, so you got a back-to-back right out the gate, Saturday, Sunday, on the road, New Orleans and Minnesota. Joel was never playing that anyway, whether he was healthy or not, right? Travel days. And then mid-March, home games, though, right? Home games. But it's a Saturday, Sunday, Brooklyn, Portland. Everything else, there's at least a day in between, right? So the 28 games, take away those 4, take away 2 games, 26, right? 26 games that you potentially should see. So even let's call it 23. 23 games out of 28, you should see Joel here at the end of the year. Paul George is you can't help Paul George because he's suspended, right? It's not like he's injured or he's just sitting out. He's suspended. To your point, not playing, but there's nothing we can do about that.
Right. I hear you. It's just to me, chemistry is so much more important in basketball than any other sport. Yes, they're professionals. Yes, I think they do. Hopefully, they know their roles, right? But it's hard to do that when you're changing that role every other game, every game, right? Every third game, whatever it is. It's hard to get that chemistry and to get that continuity going into the playoffs.
I don't disagree. But in the playoffs, though, everything's set, right? The days are set. The rest is set. Everything's set. And if you look back a week ago, 2 weeks ago, that 5-game win streak right at the deadline, right as Paul George got suspended, that Milwaukee game, they all played. They looked like the best team in the Eastern Conference that night.
They did.
Yep.
Paul George was lights out. Now, granted, Paul's not going to have a record-breaking night from 3-point every night, but that's that type of game that he can bring, right? We talked about previously how much in the third quarter and the fourth quarter Paul George helps this team because he can create his own shot, right? He can be that ball handler. He can be that facilitator in those crunch times. Yes, it absolutely sucks that he's not on the floor right now. But come playoff time, he's been here 2 years. They all know how to play with him, even though it has been a sporadic 2 years, right? But they know how to play with him, and he's going to be a factor. Once you get to the I love that, though. NBA regular season is completely bullshit.
Useless.
It's completely useless. It's just needed for seeding because we're the biggest proponent of that, right? Come playoffs, Joel shouldn't sit a game.
Correct.
We would hope.
Also, I disagree with the fact that you're out on this team for the playoffs because you haven't seen this team play in the playoffs. You haven't seen Joel Embiid and Paul George play in playoff series before, right? You haven't seen them play with Tyrese Maxey. You haven't seen them with VJ Edgecombe. You haven't seen them with Kelly Oubre, Quentin Grimes. Like all of these guys can play basketball, and they're all pretty damn good. So, especially in a wide open Eastern Conference, right? I don't understand why you wouldn't at least give it a shot. Now I can understand you not wanting to. Hey, I am 30 years old, man.
30 years old, a pup.
30 years old.
A young pup. When you get to be 36 or the age of some of these guys are on this panel, you'll get it.
Dude, all I've known with the Sixers is losing. I was 5 years old when I went to the finals. I'm used to this shit.
Dance of the whole Joel Embiid era.
Yeah, I'm aware of this. And
now
okay, I've gone through this shit. Okay, I was all in on the process, so I had to go through all of that. Right, I went through the shit that was last year. I've gone through all of this stuff. I've gone through the direct that's been the majority of the Eagles. Right, I've gone through the shitty years of the Phillies. Okay, I've gone through the Flyers being awful for pretty much my entire goddamn life. I understand losing. The only winning we've done is the Eagles in the last 8 years. I've seen one other championship besides that. It's not like we've been good, right? I see more things with the Phillies where they're just blowing me up. I love baseball. Baseball is my favorite sport. The Phillies ruin my year every year in October. I'm used to this shit, right? Don't talk to me like I'm some young pup, dude. I get it. I'm younger than you, but it's not like I don't know losing. Like the only team I expect to win is the fucking Eagles.
Get used to it. Get used to it.
Here's the question that needs to be had. You said that we haven't seen them in the playoffs, right? And that's true. We have not seen them in the playoffs. But that's not due because we can't see them in the playoffs. They don't show up for the playoffs. Like that's my point, right? They're together. Joel and Maxey have been together for a little bit, right? Now Joel and Paul George have been together for a little bit with Maxey. Mm-hmm. We don't see them in the playoffs. That's my whole point to this is, yeah, if all of them are healthy and you're guaranteeing me they play every playoff game, yes, I will 100% pick this team to come out of the East because I do think they're the best talented team in the East. But I don't trust that.
I'm glad you redacted your statement because I was going to clip this time frame and then post this underneath the video of you and the kids at the game in the playoffs because I know you can't
Well,
stay away, right? I know you can't stay away. Regardless of what we're talking about on February 11th, I know you can't stay away. As we can't though, right?
They're good.
As we all can't, right? Because like you just said, Johnny, and I'm sorry I was talking over you. When they're good, they're good. And when this team is rocking, this city's rocking. And that's what kind of annoys me the most is how good of a basketball city Philadelphia is. And we just in the last 20, 30 years just haven't had a team that matched that energy of the city.
Yeah, I remember that 0-1 run. I mean, I remember this city being on fire. You know what I mean? I remember seeing AI jerseys all over the city. You know what I mean? All around town. And I just look, I get it. The East is wide open. I just don't think we're quite there yet.
And I think that comes down to you not adding the trade deadline. Because for the 18th year in a row, however many years, or I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years, however long Josh Harris has owned the team, you're always under the tax. Because all he is a businessman, and all he cares about is trying to make money and sell tickets and sell stuff. So he wants to be just as competitive to make sure that they make the playoffs and get guys to buy more shit. And then he's like, oh yeah, no, okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah, he's the shittiest owner in all of
right. He sucks. Anybody who owns the New Jersey Devils and the Washington Commies, on top of the Sixers can suck me. But sue me for trying to think that this is probably the best team we've had since we had Jimmy Butler here. Sue me. I want to see them be able to make a run, especially in a wide open Eastern Conference like we had that year. And outside of Kawhi Leonard going absolutely insane, we'd probably make the finals.
Chat's firing away. Greg asked what seed we think we'll get. Poe News is talking about the chemistry. KZ's trying to get me chubbed up on a Wednesday night, talking about signing Ben Simmons. I think he's doing commercials now.
I'd be completely out.
And his commercial was funny, though. His commercial countering the Kardashian or the Jenner one, whatever her name is, was pretty funny.
I thought
they signed Ben Simmons.
Was he going to be a professional fisherman?
I thought I heard that. Yeah.
He did that for a week.
What a
Ryan, Nate's got a question you guys can handle offline.
Yeah, dude. That's just so stupid.
Greg Miller, if you all need encouraging the Seahawks, just showed us anything is possible. Yeah, we would beat them.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not encouraging, Greg. That's the more depressing.
Did you guys see like ESPN ranked like the 60 like Super Bowl winners? They put the Eagles last year at 40.
Did they really?
40. Yeah. What are we talking about? They put the Seahawks from this year at 3. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I love listening to Darius Slay. I love listening to Darius Slay the other day on the pod. He was like, it didn't matter who was against us that night. They were all getting that work.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. It was the same thing as the NFC Championship game when you played 2017.
Is this what we're doing? Yeah. Like, that's what these analogies are, I say, for the Eagles versus Seahawks? Like, our team, our championship team versus their championship team?
Yes, we rolled them. Absolutely rolled them.
We beat Mahomes by 50.
Yeah.
It was 34-0 with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
I think the comparison comes from the dominant defenses, right? I mean, and of course, you're always going to compare previous champions, but I think it was the defensive-minded, angles that I think people were going with. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, their defense was good. Our defense was great. I just think we're more powerful. At least that year, we were more powerful on offense than I don't think. Yeah, than we would have. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we get Jalen that like knows how to play football and run. Like we get him in that game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and your receivers that aren't just running hitch routes, and Saquon Barkley just ran for 2,000 yards. Yeah, all those guys.
Would A.J. Brown be reading a book on the sideline during the game?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Bring out your inner excellence, baby.
That's when he was at his best.
It was, exactly.
That's right.
I guess you're right, Greg. That is when he was at his best because he couldn't catch a cold when they wouldn't let him read his book.
Let the man read his book.
He can do that. He can do that in another city next year.
Also disagree with that.
Tommy, check it in.
Yeah, Tommy was there.
Hey, Tom, I hope Cass had a good time on the court tonight, buddy, because he did not have a good time watching that game. Holy
They
shit.
should have let the kid play.
Yeah,
Should've
really.
let him play. Yeah,
They should have suited him up.
His birthday, like
Yeah.
no one else was doing anything. Well, let the kid play.
Yeah, come on. He
He
would
had
have
a great
had.
time out
He
there.
would have had
It
10 or 12
signed the
points.
waiver.
Yeah. So back to the Sixers. They are sitting comfortably a game and a half up in the 6th seed. So they are out of the play-in scenario right now. Orlando's behind them, the Heat behind them, and I think we're better than both teams. I think we're better than them. So I think we're, could you finish 4-5? Sure. But right now it's Pistons, Boston, the Knicks, Cleveland, Toronto, us. Right? You're a game and a half behind Toronto. I don't think they're that good. I look at this Eastern Conference, and there's not a team in there that, like, yeah, the Pistons are good. What's up, Donnie? Speaking of Pistons, he says Tom's kid's same height as Jose.
Honestly, yeah, he is.
And not a scumbag like Jose.
Yeah, for sure.
Typical New York scumbag right there. But I think the Sixers, barring an absolute collapse, are going to sit there in that 5-6 hole, and I think they can compete and go up with whoever they have to in that first round.
I think they're going to be.
Pistons are good, but do you trust them?
Seed.
Do you trust the Pistons in the playoffs?
No.
Oh, I trust their big gun, Kate Cunningham. He's a stud.
He's good. He's awesome. He's awesome, but I don't know if I trust that whole team. Although I know Donnie loves his Paul Reed. We would have taken Paul Reed. I mean, we had Charles Bassey sighting tonight, so we definitely would have taken a Paul Reed tonight.
We got it. We got to draw Cleveland somehow in the first round.
Yeah,
if we overtake Toronto,
between Harden and Donovan Mitchell, they'll shoot themselves out of every game.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Those two guys stink.
Yeah, so give me that matchup.
7.
Have us be the 5 seed, maybe the 4, because we're 3 games behind Cleveland.
Yeah, 3.5 or 2.5.
You're like the 4 or
3.5.
5 seed. You play Cleveland. Preferably, you're the 4 seed, so you get them at home if you go. Then you play Detroit. Sure, sign me up.
Yeah.
What's
up, Dales? What's up, Brad?
Yeah,
guys, seeding
is Boston. Is Tatum coming back for this season?
I can't imagine.
I wouldn't anticipate it, but
he tore his Achilles in the playoffs last year.
In the playoffs,
so that was like April or May. So
yeah,
May.
Yeah, that's a solid one. Good. That's at least a 1-year injury.
Yeah, he's good.
I would think so, but there's rumors that he's back playing 5-on-5 right now. Like not tough 5-on-5, they said, but back on the court.
Same thing with Halliburton, John. Right? Same thing with Tyrese Halliburton is he's back working out, but I don't know. I almost feel like if he comes back into again, and he's a great player, but I almost feel like coming back into playoffs would potentially hurt them more. I don't know.
Yeah. Look, man, the best player on the Celtics is currently playing for them. So
yeah, I agree.
Jaylen Brown.
Yes.
Yeah, Casey, I can't wait for that. Not that I watch a whole bunch of random NBA, but I can't wait to watch Cleveland just blow their chances because of those 2 idiots.
Yeah, I can't wait to
There's going to be another one, though. They'll be great in the regular season. Come playoff time, like you said, they're going to shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, Maxey and VJ just running them both up and down the court is going to be awesome.
Yeah, James Harden is anything but a winner.
Correct.
Get them in a Game 6 situation, and I'll admit I like our chances there.
There we go.
in that specific scenario, I mean,
yeah.
So what are some of your guys' first half surprises, disappointments?
I like how good that VJ's been. He's been a little up and down, right? But like especially when you went into the draft, you got the 3rd pick. You weren't thinking you were going to take VJ. You're thinking you're going to take one of the 2 Rutgers guys, right? That ended up.
Right. Hold on 1 second. Brad, stay with us for about another 15, 20 minutes, and we'll talk about it. Good.
Yeah, I mean, VJ's been, he's he's had good nights, he's had bad nights, which obviously you're going to expect out of a rookie. But because of how good he's been and how what they've seen, you were able to get rid of a guy you drafted in the first round last year, and you were able to get some picks. Obviously, I disagree with that move in a bubble. But if VJ isn't playing as well, he's still here. And I really think that, dude, Dominic Barlow has been so good. Who would have thought that a dude that you signed to a two-way contract would be starting the majority of games for you? Now, again, another reason you had to make that move with God, I can't remember his name. You had to make that trade. Yeah, for Jared McCain. My brain's all over the place today. You had to move McCain and you had to clear that space so you could convert Barlow. Right now, obviously, he's been awesome. Right? So those two guys that you really, that I don't know if you expected them to be playing as well as they did. I know you definitely didn't think about Barlow, and you probably thought that VJ would be all right. Maybe he ends up starting some, but you wouldn't be relying on these guys as much as you are. So I think that really helped your depth out, and obviously you're in a really good spot in the Eastern Conference just because of what you'd be able to get from them. So,
yeah, I mean, go ahead, Rob.
Pretty much agree with everything that was just said there. Barlow and Edgecombe, and hopefully these two mega stars that we supposedly have can come through.
I don't know. I think obviously VJ's worked out very nicely. I mean, shit, I'm sure as hell glad we, have him instead of Ace Bailey or whomever. I think, hey, I'm as far as VJ goes, I'm happy with what we got there, and I definitely think, yes, there are some positives to, there's some young talent on this team, and then you have Tyrese Maxey, who's obviously exploded in the last couple of years here and he's grown leaps and bounds. And I think with those two on the court together, I think you're going to see some exciting basketball out of them. And hopefully over time, that'll eventually bring a chip back here to Philadelphia.
Yeah, and the surprising part to me for the Sixers team, and it's kind of weird to say, but it's going to be Maxey. To have a guy take that step up after year one and then a bigger step after year two, and to become the guy on this team now, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting if Joel's healthy, Joel's going to be the guy. But Maxey's really kind of taking the leadership role in this team too, not only just on court with the ball, but sounds like he's kind of the man in the locker room too, the moral compass of this team. He's getting the crowd going. He's the AI guy, right? Where the crowd gets going with his electricity on the court. That surprised me to see that young of a guy really take that step when there's other veteran leaders on this team. So I'm happy to see that because I want that to keep continuing. Like I've been saying it forever, especially in the playoffs, right? That needs to continue in the playoffs.
And all that comes from those main guys not being on the floor, right? To our all tying back to our conversation earlier, right? And John, I'm glad you hit on Maxey because that was kind of going to be mine. And again, it's not that he's good, right? It's not that he's great. It's that jump into this is my team, right? It's that I'm going to take this team and this is mine. And you saw that, throughout the first half, right? Yeah, I mean, everyone's going to struggle at times. And yeah, he struggled tonight shooting wise, but he still was the only person with a pulse tonight. But yeah, I mean, Tyrese Maxey, you said that jump to this is my team. I know you guys are here. You have more tenure. You have more money, but this is my team because I'm on the floor every night. And the willingness to their credit for willingness to those guys to understand it and allow that to happen. Right. Because there's other teams and it's not only in basketball, but in other sports that don't allow that to happen. Right. Look at LeBron. LeBron will not let that happen.
Never. Yep.
LeBron wants the ball all the time, right? A secondary one to me is also this steady improvement in Adem Bona. From going to a deer on a hardwood floor last year to actually being a not want to say big time contributor, but a contributor off that bench, a big body, a guy that can block shots, a guy that can just throw his body around in those minutes that Joel's not on the floor. Is he the answer to Joel? No, but it's a nice piece. It's a second round pick that you thought was just useless, but they've turned it into some sort of a valuable piece off their bench. So outside of all the other ones that have been said, because you're right, all those guys have been awesome this year as well. Any glaring disappointments? Outside of Embiid not playing.
Other than the normal, like the fact the front office, especially in a year, the biggest thing I'm disappointed with is the front office for not improving this team where the Eastern Conference is wide open, right? And your process was, we're going to trade away a young guard in Jared McCain, who obviously could have helped at some point, or at the very least provides you depth at a relatively cheap cost, right? Especially for somebody who, on a night where Maxi's not shooting very well, or Quentin Grimes is hurt, or he's not shooting very well, who can come off the bench and start shooting for you a little bit. This team has not shot well recently, at least the last couple games.
Yeah.
So losing that depth sucks.
And it's magnified in a night like tonight, like you said, with Grimes being out. You probably wouldn't have been as magnified had Grimes played tonight. You're still losing by 40. You know what I mean? But we're probably not, magnified even more that they completely sold for nothing, as it turns out, right? I mean, first round picks are always good, especially the year you don't have one. But this year he's also it's not Daryl Morey. That's Scott Pressey. But and the other side of it to me though is who do you sell them to? Right?
Yeah,
Thunder were like, we'll take him. We'll take him. We'll give you a first round pick for you.
Yeah. Well, again, I don't want to get super far into this, but OKC is. I've rehashed this so many times. OKC is what the Sixers should have been if they were able to finish the process, and it's infuriating the fact that we weren't able to do it because the NBA ruined it.
Yep.
Because imagine having 15 first-round draft picks and then just coming off an NBA title. Imagine being able to do that. So
they shouldn't have picked a center every year, like a bunch of dope.
That happened twice.
But you had to. The game still goes through them, especially back then. Game still goes. You still need a dominant big.
The process was the biggest scam in the history of sports.
It's only the biggest scam because it wasn't able to finish.
They didn't let them do it.
Because they infiltrated or they put a rat in our front office.
Thank God. And you know what? Thank God they did.
Oh, stop it.
Scam Hinkie.
Oh, I miss Sam. I miss my Sam.
Bring back Sam Hinkie right now. I will take Sam Hinkie right now.
Absolutely.
This team would have won at least one title.
Like the Pendant.
No, absolutely not. I will rehash this all.
Decisions. It's a joke.
The Sixers would have won at least one championship, if not multiple, if they'd have just let Sam Hinkie do what he was going to do. Because you were 1 or 2 more years of tanking fully away from being the Oklahoma City Thunder.
They tanked for 10 years. They fucking tanked for 8 years.
No, they tanked for 2 years. They tanked for 2 years.
That's incorrect.
No, it's not incorrect. They tanked for 2 years. Truly tanked. 2 years. Maybe 3. It was not 10.
Top 3 pick for 5 years in a row, Ryan.
That's not true. It's not true.
They picked Markelle Fultz, who forgot how to play, and they picked an absolute bozo bananas head case in Ben Simmons.
Okay, so that's 2 times. 2.
Yeah, I just want to know if any of y'all are quitting your job tomorrow. Are you guys writing a 13-page resignation letter like Hinkie did?
No, because he's a loser.
Just wondering.
That's loser nerd behavior.
Oh, by the way, my biggest disappointment's Josh Harris. I mean, he's the shittiest owner in all of sports. Daryl Morey, well, he's been very underwhelming. I mean, if Josh isn't going to spend the money, what can Daryl do?
Look, Josh Harris is in the files. Get him out. Force him to sell a team.
Yeah, get him out.
Files. Get him out.
He's terrible. My biggest disappointment
so's the Giants owner.
Yeah, the Giants guys in there.
Yeah, what, Steven Tisch or whatever his name is?
No, Mara.
Yeah, we're gonna
Tisch
keep
is
moving
in there
right through
too.
that. My biggest disappointment is going to be this continuing the third quarter shit show that the Sixers are in the third quarter.
So bad, dude.
I mean, ironically, that was their best quarter tonight. They scored 29 points,
Great.
but
Awesome.
they are absolutely one of, if not the absolute worst team coming out of the halftime into the third quarter. I can't even imagine how many of these close game losses would be wins if they were even average in the third quarter. And I don't know if it's the rotation with trying to get Joel his minutes and or Joel not playing in the rotation, whatever it is. It's been 2 years, so Nick Nurse has got to figure this out because this can't continue to happen in the playoffs.
It's been longer than that. It seems like it's been.
It feels like longer, yeah.
Yeah.
If I have one disappointment to pick, it would be just the playoffs, right? I don't think there's any disappointment.
Well,
so
this
far.
year, first half.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is I don't think there's been a disappointment. I think this team has exceeded expectations. We didn't think this team.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I got you.
Right, especially with the top 5 pick. What VJ has really become, no one expected that. No one saw that coming. That's been hugely upside to the jump that Maxey took, to Joel playing the way he's playing. No one expected this. Can it continue into the playoffs? That's the only disappointment, right? That's the only disappointment that I see could happen to this team.
Sure. Yeah.
Johnny Malmos, what's up, brother? The both winter sports teams need to sell. Well, Sixers can't, and I guess the Sixers kind of did, right? Never won a championship under the current ownership. That's completely true. We were just talking about that, Johnny. Hope you're well, brother. Yeah, Flyers are another interesting case scenario, but we're not top 10 yet. Let's just get to the top 10. Let's get into the top 10.
Play your stars as many minutes as they want to play.
Let's keep getting to the top 10. Did everybody give their seed before we get off the Sixers? Did anyone give their seed? I got Sixers at the 5 seed. That's where I'm going to land. 5 seed for the Sixers.
Probably 4 seed. I like. Give me the 4 seed. I think they're going to have a good last 28 games this season.
Well, I did say we're kind of a middle of the road team. So if 8 teams make what do they got? 10, and then the stupid play in. So I'll be optimistic for a change. Give me the 4 seed. Why not?
Ooh.
I mean, at least get us home court advantage for the first round.
Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be the 6th seed, just for the simple fact. I'm in disagreement with you, what you said earlier, Greg. I don't think you're going to see Joel a lot down the road. I don't think. I think they're going to rest him a lot more anticipation for the playoffs.
My only counter back to that is without Paul George, you kind of have to play him. Right? If Paul George isn't suspended, I could see what you're saying, but you have to. You have to play him at minimum. Like I said, I went 23. You had 2 back-to-backs, 2 games, and then another 3 that he's going to just sit. That's where I'm at. He's got to play 20 to 23 games of the remaining 28. He's got to. If he doesn't, I'm right on board.
Boy, if he does that, we might get
If he does that, we
might get the 1 seed.
Hey, maybe the 2 or 3 seed. Hey.
Stranger things have happened. It's not true. I mean, it's to get to the 3 seed. It's only 3.5 games.
4 games.
4.5 games.
Yeah.
4.5. Can't do math.
Do we really?
It's not crazy.
Do we really think Joel's only going to miss 5 more games the rest of the year?
I'm trying to talk you into existing. It's optimistic when you look at only 28 games left. This is a weird placement for the NBA All-Star game. This is not halfway through the year.
No, it's not.
Rob, where you got him?
6.
All right. Out of the play-in, though. I think we're all in agreement there. Out of the play-in.
As long as they're out of the play-in, it's fine.
Should be able to outclass teams like the Hawks and who else is down there? The Heat,
the Magic.
I would think the Hawks start taking a spin down with
they traded
Trae Young, right? Yeah, but you're right. the Hawks are a team that have always given us problems over the last few years.
Trading
And they
Trae
shouldn't
Young
have.
might help. That might help their cause, though. Honestly,
Oh, Trae Young's a
Jay
bum.
McCullough's
Yes.
playing real good for them lately.
Yeah. Trae Young's a bum. But out of the gate, and then we'll transition. Out of the gate, 4 games in like 6 days. So you got Thursday home in Atlanta. Then you go on a mini road trip. You go at New Orleans on Saturday, back-to-back at Minnesota on Sunday, and then at the Pacers next Tuesday. Or not next Tuesday, but at the Pacers the last Tuesday in February.
Out of them first 4 games, how many does Joel play, you think?
3.
3.
3?
1.
I'll be nice and say 2.
Well, he's at least sitting.
5.
He's at least sitting one of the back-to-backs, and I would anticipate it being the Minnesota game.
Yeah.
But they have switched it up on us before. They have sat him the first game of the back-to-back and played him the second game, if the opponent, kind of warrants it. But we get Wemby there. We get Wemby at home early in March. Anybody going to that game?
I already got my tickets.
I thought Johnny's out on tickets. See, I knew you can't stay away.
It's only for Wemby. That dude's special.
I hear that because like one of the only I have the Sunday plan for the Phillies, and I'm selling every single one of them except when the Yankees come because I want to see Judge.
Yeah,
I'd sell the Yankees be the first one I'd sell.
Oh yeah, I'd sell that for double the cost.
Yeah, but I can't because then some scumbag New York fan from the Bronx is going to come in.
Yeah, I'd actually eat it. I wouldn't even. I'd eat it. I wouldn't.
Nah, you go see Judge, hit it off the fucking Liberty Bell.
Sell it to one. I don't know. Sell it to one of your Phillies fans friends.
Definitely don't sell it to Brad Ryer. Definitely don't sell it to Brad Ryer. All right, as we transition over to some Eagles talk, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, turn the notification on, let you know when we're live and all that good stuff. Help us out. Mess with an algorithm. So over the next couple of weeks, months, whenever free agency starts, we're gonna take a player from the Eagles, a pending free agent, and decide a little stay or go. Right. So the first one up is going to be Jalen Phillips. Traded for him, obviously at the deadline. Played pretty well. Came out like a gangbuster and played pretty well throughout the end of the year. So, what do you guys say? Stay, go?
Hard, absolutely stay. Absolutely stay. That dude was wrecking games. He didn't get a whole lot of sacks, but I think he had some of, if not the most, pressures down the stretch of anybody in the league. That dude was absolutely cooking tackles left and right and forcing them to double him and do other stuff and making life easier on your DTs. Like, I think he's a real reason why Jordan Davis had a really good season, right? Obviously, he made Jalen Carter's life a little bit easier. And, it made Jalen Hunt obviously have a really good end of the season too. So having somebody that was obviously a former first-round pick who has worked with Vic Fangio in the past and was really successful here, I don't see why you wouldn't want to bring him back. Now, obviously, I know money's going to be an issue because who knows what he's going to make, right? But I know that he loved playing here. At least he said he loved playing here, and he really fits the scheme. He fits the system. He loved playing for the city. So, look, I fall for that type of shit. So give me a guy who's productive. He goes out there, he works hard. And really,
there is risk, though.
Yeah, there's a little bit of risk. He's had some injury concerns. He's had some injury concerns in the past.
You potentially could consider his risk, though, a little bit more than a little, right?
Sure.
But to your point, right? 2025 recorded 73 pressures, which was ninth in the NFL. Mm-hmm. He achieved 18.5% pass rush win rate, which is eighth in the NFL. Third down specialist, he posted 27.5 pressure rate on third downs, the highest in the NFL. And his Eagles debut, he created 7 to 8 pressures in his first game.
Yeah,
against the Packers there. No, I know you're getting ready to jump off. Go ahead and give me your stay or go for Jalen Phillips.
Oh, absolutely stay. I mean, look, you need pass rushers. It's a passing league in the National Football League, and he had a hell of a year last year. I know not all the stats might say it, but to Ryan's point, he really helped out the rest of the front seven. And haven't heard anything bad in the locker room. He's, from all accounts, he seems like a good teammate, good guy to have around. He obviously knows Vic Fangio really well from his Miami days. I think he's absolutely a guy you need to keep. And, the more pass rushers you have, the better,
For sure.
Yep, 100%.
No doubt. For my money, he's staying.
I'm going to take two parts on this. One is you only have Nolan Smith and Hunt on contract going in to this season. So you can't let a guy like Phillips walk. Now there's the other aspect of it. If you're going to make a trade for one of these bigger guys, if you know that's going to be in play, I wouldn't sign him if you're going to go out and get Myles Garrett or Max Crosby. I would rather have the money for those guys because I think they just are better players. And then you could go sign a lower tier D-end or draft a D-end in the 4th, 5th, 6th round that can fill that spot. But you do need a top tier D-end. If you don't get that trade, you have to sign Phillips because I don't think there's really anyone else on the free agent market that's going to be even close to him and comparable to him. It's going to be tricky, though, because you're probably not going to be able to make that trade until draft day, maybe, or even after that. So you got to hold off on signing him long enough to keep him around. So that's going to be a tricky spot for Howie to work, but I don't think you could trade and sign him. It's going to be one or the other. Either one of them has to get done, though. You have to make the trade for a big guy, or you have to sign Jalen Phillips.
And to your point, John, right now, just this Walter Football ranks Jalen Phillips number two defensive end behind Trey Hendrickson. Trey Hendrickson's obviously, but Trey Hendrickson's 31 years old. The Eagles aren't going to give him a contract.
No. Could he get tagged again or no?
He could, but they said he's.
You mean Trey?
Not going. Trey Henderson,
yeah. I think he could, but
he could. I don't think they're going to though.
Robbie?
No, he's gonna. I don't know. You come from Miami. Of course, he played with his hair on fire. He left Miami, which was a dumpster fire, and came here with a chance to win, with his professional football livelihood on the line. So, of course he played good here. He would have played good for anybody he traded. He's obviously talented, but now I need to fix my O-line. I need to fix my offense. I just can't. I can't do it. You can figure it out, not spending. What do you think he's going to get? Does the Walter Football thing say that?
No. But he made $13 million last year. Or no, he made $4 million.
He's going to be 13 to 18.
Yeah, you're in that. Yep. You're in that mid-10s.
15 a year.
He's not going to make top tier DN money, I don't think.
If he's number 2 on the market, like Noah said,
in reality, though, he really is, right? Joey Bosa's, K'Lavon Chason, Draymond Jones. These are all guys, Khalil Mack at 35. No of these other names don't jump out. So he is the premier guy on the market.
He's going to get a bag. And I see the Patriots have a bunch of cap space. I know the Titans have a bunch of cap space. The New York Giants have a bunch of cap space. They're going to be looking to spend. Patriots just lost the Super Bowl. Titans and Giants both have new coaches. I'm sure there's other teams that I'm forgetting that have a bunch of cap space as well. So I'm not getting into a bidding war over Jalen Phillips, as good as he was. I'm just not. I'd rather sign Reed Blankenship. And if me
Yeah.
trading I mean, is that off base? I mean, I don't know. I think Reed Blankenship's a pretty good player.
I
think
think
I'd
he's
Yeah, I
rather-
don't know that. I don't know that they're
Yeah.
exclusive
You need
though. Like I don't know that you
No,
necessarily
in
can do
my
one or the
plan in
other.
my head is I'm trading AJ, that scumbag AJ Brown,
Yeah, that's
and
not
I'm
happening.
eating that money, and that's going to cost me Jalen Phillips.
You're going to lose money if you trade him.
I don't care.
You're gonna lose money. You're gonna make your team worse. If you trade AJ
I
Brown.
don't care. No, it's going to be addition by subtract. That guy's I'll lose. Like, I can't stand
Incorrect.
that guy. If he's on the opening day roster, I'm gonna freak out.
Okay, because you're gonna freak out then.
Freak out.
Just
I'm
make sure the
probably-
video because
Put it out here. You can freak out whenever they play week 1. He goes for 8 catches, 110 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Well, that's the only way he'll be happy because if the next week when he gets 2 targets because Saquon's got 200 yards on the ground where Smitty's going off and he's sitting on the sideline reading a book, it's going to be the same song and dance all over again with this loser.
Yeah, but it's okay because they're winning, so who gives a shit?
Hey, I'm all right if he reads that book. I mean, that got us a
I
chip.
don't care.
Where was
It
where was the book
astonishes me
last?
that not every person that's a Philadelphia Eagles fan agrees with me. I can't believe it. It blows my mind.
it's such an asinine take.
It's
It's
not.
so-
it's
I can't
so
believe
dumb,
like,
Rob.
It's not an asinine to hate him, right? I understand that. I get that. Like I don't get it, but I understand where people hate him.
cannot be here.
But
period.
it's asinine because it just doesn't make football sense. It just doesn't make football sense.
It makes locker room sense. He drains.
They love him in the locker room.
Of this locker
They
room.
love him in the locker room.
He's a captain.
That's a
He's
joke.
a captain.
The players vote on that. They decided on that.
I'll never understand. Well, I bet you he's not going to be a captain next year. I'll bet you that right now.
You don't know that. He's the
If
most
he was
veteran wide
tradable-
receiver on the team.
Rob, if he was tradable, I'm trading him. You're right. I would trade him, but I'm not doing it at a deficit where it's going to hurt me on my cap space or it's going to hurt me on my offense. And trading
he
him
does
this year
both.
is going to hurt.
That's both.
Yeah, it's going to hurt both.
crazy.
Yeah.
I'll trade him. and I'll figure it out. That's fine.
Look. If you didn't have any other problems, if you didn't have to fix your O-line, if you didn't have to draft another cornerback, if you didn't have to go draft the safety, if you didn't have to go fill these other holes with these earlier round
Then
draft picks,
fill
then
his
yeah,
spot
sure.
that you're moving.
Right, exactly. Then you can
Yeah.
go and get another wide receiver.
It's the Tennessee
And then keep
Titans
the
if they've been
captains,
able to
whatever.
replace him.
Right.
They haven't. It's insane. So what you want them to do is to do exactly what the Titans did. Trade a guy who is obviously he's had 1,000 yards every year he's been here. Right? You're going to trade him for what? You're not going to get a first-round pick for him. You're going to trade him for a third-round pick, eat all this cap space, and then make your team worse?
Well, guess
Doesn't
what?
make any sense.
And then go
Found
get
out this year why the Tennessee
Treylon Burks
Titans
and think he's the
dumped
guy.
I mean,
I believe in our front office to make it work.
Rob,
And I also believe in our front office not to make that decision.
Yeah,
They
I'm
We're not getting rid of
There
a
is not-
top 10 wide receiver.
I hear
That
your
is not
point,
gonna make the team
Rob,
worse.
but look, let's face it. They're for the talent that AJ Brown is, and some of these other wide receivers in the NFL. There's a certain amount of bullshit that you got to be willing to put up with. All right.
Well, Divas
I
for a reason.
was his
Right,
biggest. I was one of his biggest apologists the entire time he was acting like a complete jackass last year. And then he dropped a bunch of balls against the Chargers, and he dropped a bunch of balls against the Niners, and he points his finger at everyone and says, "This isn't working. This isn't working." Well, guess what, AJ? You're part of the problem too.
Yeah,
You're in the room.
and that's a great point. He's
And
got to
I'm
make that. If it
thinking-
hits your hands, you got to catch the ball. There's no doubt about it. And certainly AJ came up small in the playoffs. I mean, as did the entire Philadelphia Eagles team, especially obviously on the offensive side of the ball. But you have to have talent to win. You just do. And yes, chemistry matters. Yes, cohesion, all of that. Everybody being on the same page. And hopefully that improves next year greatly. It's going to have to, or else we're going to have the same, finish that we did last year, or that we did this season. But the way I look at it, you have to have, I know he doesn't take the top off of a defense per se, but you have to have a guy that can be a deep threat, that can put the scare into a defense, that can stretch a defense. And that's what AJ does.
I love how everyone just Devontae Smith, he's chopped liver.
I think
He's not
Devontae's phenomenal.
Smith
He's not AJ.
is a great player, but he's what helps Devontae. They both help
Easily
each other.
be a number one receiver on a football team, a successful football team.
Sure.
I disagree.
You might be right, but
I mean,
is
they're
Dodson a number 2? He's not.
Yeah.
Well, you got to
Dawson's a
replace
free
him.
agent. He's not going to be here.
That's not gonna be here.
I mean,
Well, you got to have somebody. You can't have a number 1 without a number 2.
They'll find it. Maybe you get scheme fit guys for the new offensive brain trust that we have. We all agree that we want to run the ball more, right? And get back to that. So why on earth do we need 2 high-end wide receiver in what we want to be a run-first offense?
So that's the way the NFL operates now. If you have a number 1, he's going to get locked down. You have to have a solid number 2 to be competitive in this league.
Yep.
You can trading AJ Brown doesn't preclude you from going to get that.
If you're taking a massive cap hit, it does.
You're
It
taking a cap
certainly
hit. You're
hurts you.
losing. You're not getting any draft capital out of it. You're making your team worse. You objectively get worse if you get rid of AJ Brown. Yeah, man. Let me take a wide receiver from Fresno State in the 4th round with the draft pick I'm going to get from him. He's going to make a real fucking impact.
All these guys, like, dude, I'm on St. Brown, got picked in like the 5th round. Puka Nacua is a 5th round guy.
It
Yeah,
happens.
no, you could obviously find somebody, but
You can
But
find
you
a
can't
stud
count
at
on
any point in the NFL draft if you're looking.
sure. But they weren't
than
looking
any
for
other
Puka.
sport.
They weren't looking for Amon-Ra. They just took a guy and said, "Oh, maybe this guy works," and he worked out. They weren't looking for those guys.
Yeah.
They didn't know that those guys, because then everybody would hit. You
Yeah,
think
well,
the Niners were looking for Brock Purdy as Mr. Irrelevant? It just hit.
You can't
I'm
count
all
on
right.
all those leaders.
Tom Brady hit.
Great, congratulations.
Flipping that loser AJ Brown out of town. I'm rolling the dice and I'll figure it out.
Once again, thank God you're not running a team, because that's wild, bro. I understand you hate him, but that's wild. It's wild.
The only way I'm trading AJ Brown is if you're getting a number 1 cornerback in return.
I'm not trading.
Somebody
There's
can put
no.
options.
There's no. For me, there's no
It's the
if I'm
only way.
trading.
It's the only way.
All right. Well, line up your Advil for next year for when AJ needs to be catered to. Needs to have.
I got mine ready.
Fine.
But here's the
And,
thing.
okay.
He was right.
Good.
He was
He was
right.
absolutely right.
I know.
Not
I saw
discrediting anything that you said about the end of the year and the drops. Absolutely horrendous, right? Can't happen. But he was right the entire time. And he's now got a new offense and a new offensive scheme. What are we just going to throw it away just because, we don't like him? Everybody in that building likes him. Every single person does.
You don't know that. You're not in the
Everybody that comes out and says it, they do.
Oh,
And he wouldn't have been a captain if he's not. You don't
Can't go by
think the team wouldn't have made him a captain?
guys,
Bullshit. I
newsflash.
think he's just a really good
We
player.
all work with
Yeah.
people we don't like at times. We don't like everybody we work with, but we find a way to work together for one common goal to get the job done. You know what I mean? We don't have to. It's not like I could be working with a girl at work. I could hate her guts. It doesn't mean I have to take her out on a fucking date.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean?
Noah,
I just have to put up with her for 8 hours, and we got to get the fucking job done. That's it.
Yeah, but Noah, if the guy who's making more money than me and is supposed to be the best is telling me why I suck, and then he's going out there and sucking even more than I do, fuck you, dude.
But again, it was a 1 year anomaly. It was a 1 year anomaly.
He's reading books on the sideline while we're trying to win a Super Bowl, Greg.
And we won the Super Bowl.
It worked.
And we won the Super Bowl.
He brought out his inner
I
excellence.
can't believe I'm astonished that not every single person on this panel and in the chat agrees with me. I'm like, I can't even. It blows my mind.
Greg Miller, Christian Gonzalez was amazing in the Super Bowl. He was the only reason that game was that close.
It was. Now, if the New England Patriots want AJ Brown, give me Christian Gonzalez. Deal. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm
I'll
in.
give you
Deal.
3 first
I'll do
rounders
that.
too.
Ryan, that's never
Sure.
going to happen in a million kabillion years.
Perfect. Great. So I don't want to trade AJ Brown. That's the point.
You're stone wrong.
Okay. Because everybody else here says that you're wrong, but you say that we're wrong.
Yeah.
So maybe
I don't
if
care.
you're okay, that's fine. And I don't need to listen to your opinion either. It's okay. I don't care about
It's
your
the
opinion.
best saying in sports. Winning heals everything. And
It does. Just win.
when you're winning, no one cares. It's only when you're losing do you get all this chaos in the locker room and chaos
remember
in the
when-
media.
Yeah,
Chaos everywhere when
I
you're
mean, the
losing.
chaos that
to John's point, remember when Al Davis said, just win, baby? All them
Let's
fucking
win,
Raiders teams in the 70s and 80s. You think they liked each other? Fuck no.
Dude, Philadelphia is the only place in the world where we're like, yeah, we got to trade a guy that's had 1,000 yards the last 4 seasons.
Yeah,
It's the only place in the world.
you're
Right?
probably right.
It's
And who loves it here?
97.5,
Yeah.
all this shit. Like he's like, oh yeah, like no, dude. What? Why? Why
And
are
he
we
doesn't
asking
want to
get
go.
rid of
He
this
doesn't
guy?
want to go anywhere.
Why for the past month? Why?
But why? Why do we want to get rid of him? It doesn't make any
I
sense.
told you. Do you want me to repeat the last half
No,
hour
I
of the
don't.
show?
No, I don't need you to repeat it. But it's an asinine take.
You
Why
asked.
would you want to get rid of a guy who's only good, who only led to winning? Every year he's been here, the Eagles have won at least 10 games. They've made the playoffs every single year. He's playing with a guy that he's known his entire goddamn life, right?
Yeah.
If we weren't in Philadelphia, none of this stuff comes to light. None of this stuff about like these beat writers that ask all these questions like, oh, why are you so upset? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? It doesn't happen. If he's playing in San Francisco, you don't hear any of this shit. Playing in Houston, don't hear any of it. You're playing in New England, probably. Maybe New England's probably the only place where they're like, oh, well, that's the only spot. They're just as crazy as we are. But this doesn't happen in other markets. Nobody hears about this shit. So I don't understand why we want to run guys who are generational talents out of town. It doesn't make any sense.
Talent, AJ Brown. Give me a break, dude.
He had 2 bad games, Rob. Chill out. He had
He's
2
a
bad
good
games.
player. He's not
He's
a
the top 5
generational-
wide receiver in football.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
All right, top 10. Just because
He's
you're a
top
hater.
10. Yeah, he's
I
top
think he's
10.
at the back end of the top 10.
Going into the year, we were all saying he's the top 5. Going into the year,
Had-
we said he was top
2
5.
bad games. It's insane.
Big, huge. But it's not that he had bad games. It's that he.
It's just
Okay.
a lot
He
of
barely
position.
talks. You're blowing it.
He talked two times that got blown up and blown out of proportion. You didn't hear him talking
Two
to Super
times
Bowl.
Too many.
You didn't hear him talking
Oh
to
my
Super Bowl where he
God.
said he loved
You
Philadelphia
just
and
want
loved
to
being
shut up
here.
and dribble,
Oh, I
huh?
saw
Just
him
shut up
tweet
and
the
dribble.
day after
Yeah,
the
just shut
Super
up and
Bowl,
dribble.
and he said it was kind of cool. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, because he
He-
wants to keep
he
going.
wanted
He's always
more.
just trying to get better.
Well, he
He's
didn't
trying to
get better. He
every
got
single
worse.
time. Oh,
And
That
he's
was
an
a very
asshole.
backward statement that he made, but it was that he wants the more. He wants to win more. But he said it in a very backwards way.
That's not what he. That's
I mean,
no
come
one.
on.
No one interpreted it like that.
At least AJ
That's
wasn't
exactly what I
doing
interpreted
it up
as.
in his driveway.
He wanted more. You see a tweet after a Super Bowl, he said, "Yeah, I want more." That's what he mean. That's what he meant. All radio row this week. He was talking about how much he loved being here in Philadelphia. He loves the accountability that it holds to him. This is his home. And now we're just going to throw him away.
Because he probably read a bunch of trade rumors where he's going to get traded to the Jets or the Browns.
There is no trade rumors because it's not happening. It doesn't make fiscal
there
sense.
were trade
We're not in a
rumors
spot
last
right now to
offseason.
make. We're not in a spot right now to make a trade that doesn't make fiscal sense.
I'm done. I'm baffled. I'm baffled. He doesn't agree with me. I don't understand it.
But back to Jalen Phillips.
Oh my God. Okay.
Are there any ladies out there that can give Rob a hug?
I think he's got to be a stay, and I don't, and it can be a stay with other factors, right? But John, you brought up a name that I think is in play over the next 2 years, and it's Myles Garrett. Like if I can make a bold prediction over the next 2 years, Myles Garrett's going to be a Philadelphia Eagle.
Yeah.
I think I would rubber stamp that, stone cold lock that if I could. I think Myles Garrett's a Philadelphia Eagle. That's a splash move, and it might cost you Jalen Phillips, right? As you were kind of explaining,
That's fine.
John. And I'm completely fine with it. But when you obviously go through this coaching cycle with Vic and the unknown, and he's back for one more year, and then Howie comes out the next day and says we already got our next year's offensive or defensive coordinator, and some guy that just coached Myles Garrett sitting out a year.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not a huge Jim Schwartz guy, but his defenses are good, and we won when he was here, right? I'm not a huge Jim Schwartz guy, but if that's the guy, I need Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
And I think it happens. But in terms of just Jalen Phillips, I think he's to stay, like you said, Johnny, unless that Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett is kind of it, right? I love Max Crosby, but I'll take Jalen Phillips on the cheaper deal than overpaying for a Max Crosby. Me personally.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I love Max. Like, I think Max is a stud, but he's also getting paid a whole hell of a lot of money right now.
Yes, he is.
And I know Myles Garrett is but to me, they're different. Right? To me, it's the relationship
100%.
with Chip Schwartz that does that to me. So I'll say stay, but like I said, I threw out that one caveat of where he might be a go.
How is it fiscally responsible for the Browns to trade Myles Garrett when he's got that monster contract?
Because the team's garbage. The team's garbage.
Yeah, they're the Browns,
and they don't know what they're doing over there. You think Andrew Berry knows what he's doing?
He's got no idea.
And it's also different if a guy says, "Hey, get me the hell out of here." Right? AJ doesn't want to leave. He's not saying, "Get me the hell out of here." Myles Garrett is pretty much saying, "Get me the hell out of here. I made a mistake by signing this contract."
Well, yeah. So like he demanded the trade, and then he signed the contract after that. So he's like, yeah, all right, I'll get paid $40 million a year. Okay, sure, no problem. Because his contract
what the
is
hell up out of here.
4 for 160. So let's see if they trade him, what the cap would be.
Matt Walsh is talking about Max Crosby. I mean, listen, I wouldn't say no to Max Crosby, right? But like, I would pinpoint Myles Garrett.
So
Myles Garrett is head and shoulders better.
Myles Garrett is 30.
Yeah.
What, Johnny?
30. So he's
Myles Garrett is head and shoulders the best defensive player in the league right now. In my opinion.
Right. No doubt. And so he's 30. So he still has a little. He still definitely has some miles left in him. So, no pun intended.
So if the first 2 years, the dead cap is insane. Now after, so the first, like if they trade him this offseason, it'd be $102 million in dead cap. If they trade him next offseason, it's 55. Year after that's 13. So like now,
it might not be this year. Right? That's why I said the next two.
Yeah, it's not trading him this offseason. Maybe next offseason, but even then, maybe not. So,
and if you're a Browns fan, you know you're done for the next 2 or 3 years. You're not doing anything because of the cap situation you're going to be in from Watson. So you got to take care of something like that. I don't know what you're going to do with that, but that's going to kill you. You might as well go even deeper if you're going to get a couple, at least 2 first-rounders back for Myles Garrett. Because if you do it any later, his value is only going to go down. You do it now, just eat the money. You're already eating money for the Watson deal. You're not going to be good for 2 or 3 years. Just do it.
Yeah.
Well, they might not be good for the next 5. I mean, to your point, John,
they're
a dumpster fire. And the biggest problem for them is they don't have a quarterback. You know?
The problem is they got 4 of them.
None of them can play.
Yeah, Johnny, that's my thing too, right? I'm not a big bend, don't break defensive guy. Now, Jimmy didn't break, but he definitely gave up a shit ton of yards. And Greg, I'm trying to imagine it. I'm trying to imagine it for sure.
Here's a question.
Would love to imagine it.
We know Vic's coming back this fall. If he if he coaches the year after, we're still trying to bring in Garrett, right? I mean, we obviously think that Garrett can play, obviously, in any system.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I don't know why that wouldn't preclude you from going to go get Myles Garrett.
Right.
I feel like the Eagles were, before he signed that contract, I know that they called Cleveland.
Yeah, they were in on
right.
it.
So
Or they at least inquired about him.
Yeah, they reached out to see what it was. Now,
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed Myles Garrett bitched out and signed that contract.
So
me too.
It'd be so much fun to see him.
It's just like Giannis, right? It's just like Giannis signing that deal in Milwaukee and then a year later being, I want to be out. Dude, no one held a gun to your head. No one said you got to sign this deal.
He should have to play his entire career in Cleveland. As
you would think that.
Yeah.
You want to be there. You want to take the offer, Godfather offer you can't refuse. Okay, here you go. You got your bread.
It's close. I don't know if it's definite though. It's close. So you're gonna say Gonzalez is a top 5 defensive back?
Oh my God!
Yes.
Is he top 5?
Yes.
Yes. He might be top 3 now.
Yeah. Look, you got our guy. You got our guy. You got him, and you got Surtain. Who am I missing? Stingley.
The Texans guy,
Stingley.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're far off. I'm just saying it's close.
Yeah.
It's closer than it's closer than the statement makes it to be.
Well, I think.
All right, so Gonzalez is 3, AJ 6, right? So is that far off? You know what I mean? Like Gonzalez is 4, AJ 6. Like
right.
Yeah, like it's it's close.
Yeah, and he admits it. It is close.
Mm. That's not a bad take, though. I like that.
No, I just didn't think it was that. Reading that statement makes it seem like it was, Gonzalez is top 5, AJ's 25, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But all right, Phillies, before we get out of here.
Ugh.
Couple minutes, Phillies. I think they completely mishandled, not shocking, right? Because I think they mishandled this entire all season. But I think they've completely embarrassingly mishandled the Nick Castellanos fiasco.
It's so bad.
So
dude.
is he cut? Or they just
they told him not to show up, though.
Done it yet.
They haven't done anything yet. But they told him not to show up.
Why
I don't know. That's my point, Rob. Like at this point in the offseason, because you're getting the questions, right? Thompson doubling down on we got 25% more of the roster. You know what I mean? Doubling down on his bullshit. So the vibes aren't good in the city. And I'm not saying Nick Castellanos is going to change those vibes. But you got to get creative here, bud. You got to get creative. Nick Castellanos has been working out at first base all offseason. Who's playing first base right now that you can move to the outfield and statistically change your outfield right now?
Yeah.
I mean, the outfield as constructed offensively is not going to get it done.
No, it's not.
No.
It's not. Unless Brandon Marsh makes that step against righties. Because we know he's not going to play against lefties. And if you look at the second half of the year.
The guy we think he is.
But I still think that's too much to ask as a rookie.
Right.
Yeah.
So
right.
The part that I'm mad about is even if you wanted to get rid of Castellanos, why would you come out in November or whatever he started saying it to get rid of it? Like, oh yeah, we're gonna get rid of him. We're gonna have some overhaul. Okay, cool, no problem. Great. Maybe you go out and see if there's a market for him, which obviously they did. I don't know if he did it before or after he made his comments. Probably after, when everyone's there is like, oh yeah, okay, so he's not gonna be there. So we could either offer them basically nothing, right, and then they eat all the money, or they just cut it and we sign them later, which is where you are right now. So with your lack of outfield depth, obviously you're Justin Crawford's your center fielder. You're gonna have Brandon Marsh. You sign Adolis Garcia. Okay, cool. Those 3 guys, fine. Okay, what happens if against righties? What are we gonna do out there, or against lefties when Brandon Marsh is gonna play? You're gonna put Ido Kemp in the outfield? No thanks. I'm good. Why do we want that? Why do we want that? Again, he's not that bad of a player, but he's an infielder. Okay, I don't really want him to play in the outfield. Last guy we had to do that was Rhys Hoskins. He was the worst outfielder in baseball that year.
Well, thankfully,
Right.
Otto is a little bit more athletic than Reese, but yeah.
Right, but still, same concept here, right?
Yeah.
Now, the thing that pisses me off more is you're just going to cut the guy, you're going to pay $20 million, then you didn't go over the second apron anyway. You didn't sign anybody this offseason.
Yeah.
But like, hey, let's just pay Nick Castellanos $20 million to go play for like the Miami Marlins. He's going to hit 10 home runs against us this season. He's just going to do something stupid, and he's the ghost of Liam Castellanos in the locker room. He's going to make us lose every game we play to the Marlins or whatever team that he's going to end up signing for. I swear to God, it's going to happen. He's going to go nuts. He'll sign with the Mets, be on their bench, except when he plays the Phillies, hit 600, and then not do a single thing the rest of the year. Yeah. It's going to happen because it always happens.
And you were always going to eat the contract. You were always eating a portion of the contract.
Yes.
Right? You knew that when you signed him. You knew that last year you were going to eat a portion of the contract, whether he just wasn't playing or whether, he was going to be a trade bait. And I thought there was going to be more of a market for him until you start trashing him, right? Dombrowski has done a terrible job this offseason as in the show in his cards. I mean, he trashed Bryce Harper. Maybe that works out because Bryce is a petty bitch like that, right? Like
I love it.
He's gonna want to come out and prove Harper prove Dombo that he is still elite. So that one but you're talking about your best player, right? You're openly talking about your best player, and you weren't wrong, but there's things you should say. I just think the entire sport has gone past Dave Dombrowski, and it happened quickly because even his time here, he hasn't done anything. He's made the simple moves, right? Like, resign Carl Schwarber. No shit. You know what I mean? You just throw more money at him. You're going to get him. Like those aren't hard moves to make. Those aren't the creative moves to make, like when you traded for Miguel Cabrera and you put that trade together. You know what I mean? Or you traded Josh Bennett or Josh Beckett, or you traded Ford. You know what I mean? Like you didn't make any creative moves. You're just throwing it out there. Like last year you went and got Harrison Bader. It worked, but you didn't go get Byron Buxton.
Yeah.
You didn't make any big move. And then you completely and part of this is on Bader too, but you completely misplayed the whole Bader situation. Mm-hmm. Now he misplayed it himself because he opted out thinking he's going to get 15-20 mil a year for 2 to 3 years, and that market was never there. And then the Phillies pivoted and go, all right, well, if we don't have Bader, then I got to go get Adolis Garcia, which is another, like in a bubble, the move seemed fine, but then nothing else materialized after that.
Yeah, like I don't understand why you couldn't have signed Bader and Garcia, because then you have some outfield depth.
At what it was, you should have.
Yeah, you should have.
But they had already made that bet. They had already made that bet.
Yeah. Now,
right, but either your team you're worse. You're worse than you were last season. You've gone downhill the last 3 years, and you re-signed and got because again, your signings of this offseason are guys you already have. So it doesn't matter to me. I don't care about that.
Yep.
Right? I don't care about it.
They were must. They were must. They weren't even.
And JT should have already been here.
Yeah.
Right? Then you should have signed Bichette, and then you should have gotten somebody else. Maybe you go out and sign Kyle Tucker. Maybe you go out and get another like a pitching piece. Like it's insane to me that you're like, oh yeah, we turned over our roster. You got a couple guys in the bullpen that might help you out, right? You traded away Matt Strahm for nothing, and objectively, you're hoping that Andrew Painter has a really good year. You're hoping that Justin Crawford has a really good year. Maybe Aiden Miller comes up at some point this year. You're hoping that Aaron Nola has a bounce back year. Like you're hoping for all of these things, but you're objectively worse right now than you were last season.
So, Greg, to your point, like, why has Dave Dombrowski at every stop he's gone emptied the farm system immediately to win a championship, except here? Nobody knows the answer. We're not there.
And then we're relying on 2, maybe all 3 of them to be impactful year 1.
Correct.
When just the likelihood of that, just odds-wise, isn't in our favor.
Mm-hmm.
But like, where does that drastic pivot come from?
100%, Rob. 100%.
And then
you're willing to give up one of them. Mason Miller's here.
Mm-hmm.
Garrett Crochet's here. If
you're willing to give up one of them, Garrett Crochet's here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%. And now in February 12th, the eve of, spring training started, you're not still looking for another starter just for depth purposes.
Instead, we have a bunch of question marks.
We got to go a bunch of question
And
marks, as
now
Johnny
we're-
points out,
we're
right?
still trying to find a trade partner for Nick Castellanos.
Wheeler's probably a month
doesn't
out,
exist.
right?
Yeah, we'll
Wheeler's
be
probably
back
a month out
end of April, early May.
with the rib. I think that's awesome though that he kept the rib.
Asinine. I love it.
That's
Yeah.
wild. Noah's gonna be better, just track record wise, but how much better? You know what I mean? The only thing I'll disagree with is Sanchez will not be as good. I disagree with that, but I understand where the thought is. You can say the same thing about Kyle Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber's not hitting 50 home runs again. You know what I mean? Maybe he does, but that's what we're banking on when we sign him that money and you don't do anything else.
I mean, I feel like I'm looking at an 81 and 81 team right now.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're not that bad.
I'm
They'll
higher in
win
the
90
80s, but I'm in
games.
the 80s. I got 89.
Really?
I think they win 90 games and 90 and 72.
Am I
Well, I don't
the
think
only
they're
one
winning those
on the
now.
panel
How
that
many what
thinks
ifs
this
do you
team
have
is
to
better
list?
than-
for
I
them?
mean, I still see low to mid 90s, but what I don't see is them winning a playoff series. And, well,
Where have they gotten?
That's a problem.
Where have they gotten better? Positional wise, where have they gotten better?
I mean, the
I think he
bullpen's
got
gonna
better
be-
in right field. Right? I think he got
Sure,
better in
okay,
right field.
defensively, sure. The Dulles, okay.
I think offensively too. I mean, his upside is tremendous, in my opinion.
Oh,
He
tremendous.
could be a
Big
30-30 guy. He could be a 30-30 guy. He has that ability.
Dallas Garcia 30-30.
Look,
No,
I
not
like the Dulles
anymore.
Garcia signing. I liked it,
Yeah.
but I liked it as a starter move, not the big
I think
move
we
the
got better
offseason.
in center field. Did we not get better in center field? Right?
You're bringing
Crawford's
up
a lot better than what we had.
Year
I
one,
think
though.
he can be good, but again, you're expecting a lot out of a rookie.
No, the only answer you can throw out for the question is you're going to have Duran for the whole season, locking
You have
down the
Duran.
hitting as
The
a-
bullpen is filthy.
Bullpen.
It should be, yeah. As long as
Bullpen is filthy.
Yeah.
It's about the only place that we've improved.
I think you improved in the starting lineup or starting rotation too. Adding Andrew Painter, who we've been waiting 4 years for. I mean, everyone has this kid's projected as a number one. He's going into this year as our number 5. I'm happy with this.
But there's 3 other question marks in this statement that's still on the screen. You know what I mean?
But that's every year, right?
Sure.
That's every year.
Sure,
We're
but that's
always gonna have
what we're
question marks
talking
in
about,
baseball.
though. Where have we gotten better?
So for the Phillies,
There's a lot of question marks for a
so
team
to
coming
Noah,
off of
to
96.
your point,
Yeah.
about not winning a playoff series. So for them to be in the mix,
Yeah.
and win a playoff series, it kind of seems to me like game 1's got to be Sanchez, and then game 2's got to be Painter, or else you're
I mean,
might
you
not
still
be
have
there.
Wheeler.
And that's a lot to ask.
I can't put any eggs in the Wheeler basket till I see him come back and I see him pitch successfully.
Well, no, because then it'll be like Luzardo had a good year last year. It'll be if you're going strictly based off of that, you'll go Sanchez
Luzardo. Yeah.
And then
I
I
mean,
guess
with-
if you want to discredit Nola, then you'll have Painter.
I hear you, Rob, because there's a little question with me as well with Wheeler. Not necessarily that he's going to be there, but just is he going to be, the ace of ace, right? The ace of aces that he has been.
I
But
think
at
he's
worst,
the
he's
third
starting game
highest
2.
guy.
You're splitting the lefties at worst.
Yes.
He's the 3rd highest paid player in baseball, I think, Zach Wheeler, for this season.
On
He's
annual
up there.
money, maybe.
I mean, that's what he's being. Because it's like.
I mean, I just think it's a lot to ask a Painter to pitch in game 2 of the playoffs.
That's exactly my point. That's why I
this,
see an 81 and
this
81.
guy had a 6 ERA in AAA last year.
I'm totally with you.
Yeah, look,
He's
now
gonna,
as
he's
somebody
gonna
who-
have his bumps and bruises. I still have a lot of promise for him, and I think he could still pan out to be a great pitcher someday. I just don't think it's going to be this year. There'll be times where he'll show flashes of brilliance, and there'll be times where Rob's going to have to go get him in the 3rd inning.
But
So
with Wheeler, he's. I think it's 42 he's making this year.
He is making 42.
I'm struggling to see him coming back off this crazy ass surgery and being worth $42 million this year. And you need him to be a $42 million pitcher to win your guys' 90 games and to win playoff series.
I mean, I'll be honest. I think the NL, aside from the Mets, I think the rest of the NL East is obviously dog shit. All right, with the Nationals and Marlins, and I don't think the Braves are quite there yet either. But who knows? They could surprise a few people. But
Braves are going to be decent this year. The
Braves will be better than they were last year, but they're going to miss Schwellenbach for at least a month.
Yeah, and they've kind of been bitten by the injury bug quite a bit over the last 3 to 5 years or so. But I mean, I could see us a scenario where we're still in the mid 90s in terms of win total. We still win the division, but really, can we say we really improved? It depends on what we do in the fucking playoffs. I mean, if we have another NLDS or wild card or whatever first round exit again, then I can't really say we improved, right?
But if we're a mid 90s team, that means Zach Wheeler's back.
We improved.
Right.
Yeah.
If we're a mid 90s, low to mid 90s team, right, then Zach Wheeler is Zach Wheeler. And then in that case, then I'm gonna be pumped for a postseason because I'm gonna roll out Sanchez, Wheeler, Luzardo at a minimum.
Yeah.
And it might even be Sanchez, Wheeler, Nola. Who knows? Nola's been a horse. I know Nola's got this, I know Nola's got a stigma about him, and I get it, but Nola has been a horse his entire career. And last year was a bad year. No sugarcoating that. But I expect that guy to come back.
Yeah, and if he's fully healthy, there's no reason to think he can't at least have a year where he's around a 4 ERA ish, and more often than not keeps you in a ball game. And he wasn't really able to do that last year.
I think that your rotation and your bullpen are going to be able to mask some of the issues you have in your lineup, at least up until the trade deadline when you have to end up making a move or something.
Yes.
Because
earlier, I hope.
Right. As somebody who, obviously I didn't get to the same level, but I had Tommy John surgery. Okay, I had Tommy John surgery when I was in college, so I went through that rehab. I wasn't fully right until 2 years after I had the surgery. Right. So Painter's done 2 years now. So the last year was like the year and a half-ish mark when he was pitching and he was struggling. Right. And from what I've heard this offseason, he's gotten his arm angle back to where he was. He's throwing more downhill. He looks better. Right. But he was just a little bit off last year because he wasn't fully healthy yet. Now I think he's fully healthy. He knows what his role is going to be. He's going to be the 5th starter. He might be the 4 to start the season because Wheeler's not going to be there, but Taijuan Walker is going to be in that rotation, at least to start the year. And not for nothing, he's not going to have any, pressure on him. Not really.
No expectations. He doesn't need 200 innings. Yep.
Yeah. So he can go out there, he can expect to throw 5, maybe 6 innings every 5th day. And as long as he's going out there and taking the ball, great. Right. And similar with Justin Crawford. He's going to play center field every day. Maybe he plays a little bit of left. He's going to bat 9th. Just let him play every day. I don't care if it's a lefty. I don't care if it's a righty. Let him get 500 at bats. Let him play. Right? And then hopefully, Aiden Miller tears it up in spring training and you force the Phillies to make a decision there. Because honestly, I want him on the opening day roster too. Get Alec Boehm out of my face. I don't need to see him anymore. Trade him for an outfield piece or a pitcher or a rotation spot or whatever. Get Aiden Miller up here and let him fucking hit too.
I'm with you, but who? But here comes back the creativity part that I was talking about earlier. What if you move Boehm to first and put Bryce back in the outfield?
There it is.
Because I'm not trying to. And I'm with you on Boehm. If they don't resign him, then cool. But I'm also not trying to get rid of a right-handed bat for nothing, right? If he had a market, he'd be gone, right? If he had a market, he wouldn't be here. So
the guy still could hit 275 too. It's not like he's
and he's in a contract year, so I'm going to bank on him having a good year because he's going to want to get paid and going to want to show that someone's going to give him money. Whether it's us, it's probably not us, but you know what I mean.
I don't think Alec Boehm's a bad player. I know a lot of people are off on Alec Boehm in general. I don't think he's a bad player. I think he gets a bad rap because we have to put him in the 4 hole because we don't have a cleanup hitter.
Yes. Johnny's got 86 wins.
So the more that
putting Bohm at 4 is a bad spot.
Right. So if you could,
Who hits 4?
if you could force yourself,
Well,
and
that's
have
the point.
Justin-
That's the point, Rob. There is no one.
Right. There isn't one. That's the point. That's the problem. So like, unless Adolis Garcia goes nuts and he's your
Garcia.
4 hitter,
That's what I'm hoping.
right?
Yeah.
Like again, I would love that. That'd be great. Then you can have Bohm bat 6th or 7th or 5th or whatever, and that's a much better spot for him. He doesn't have the power numbers for a 4 hitter. He's a gap to gap guy. He's going to hit a bunch of doubles for you, but he's not going to have the power numbers that you want to see out of a cleanup guy, right? So honestly, I would really like to see Justin Crawford be able to hit 1 or 2. They're not going to force him to do that, but that makes your lineup a heck of a lot better because you have Crawford theoretically leading off, Turner hits second, then you have Bryce and Kyle Schwarber. And then you can have Bohm after him, Garcia, and your lineup looks a hell of a lot better, at least through that top 6 spot.
Yeah, hopefully by the All-Star break you see that. I want to see Crawford at the leadoff spot. That would be nice.
You won't see it this year.
Again, I'm not expecting
And you might never see it as long as Turner's here.
Right. So yeah.
Maybe.
Just that's my read, right? Kind of almost like why they potentially didn't go fully with signing, or maybe why it was delayed on when they signed. We're going after Bichette, right? You weren't going to move
He's not
Turner to the outfield for 1 year just to bring him back in, right? With Bichette wanting all these opt-outs and everything, right? So I'm going to throw 3 names at you guys for pitchers. Still out there, still available, and then we'll wrap up with this and get out of here. Any interest in bringing back Walker Buehler?
Yes. I'm in on it.
Sure.
I'm in on it.
He's better than Taijuan Walker.
I'm in on it as well. And I think kind of that same point with the injury, though, right? Like you were saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like get him another year away from, another year away from his injury.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was a great point too, about Painter, because if you remember what they said last year, it wasn't about the results. Now, granted, I think if you would have had a sub-2 ERA or a sub-3 ERA, he would have been up with the bigs. But it was all about just getting to work. It was all about getting to work.
Last year was the first time he's taken the ball every 5th day. It was the first time.
Yeah. So Walker Buehler, Max Scherzer.
No.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm out on him because he wouldn't take the spot to go into the bullpen.
Okay.
There it is. Yep.
I would love him though. Just grab Alec Bohm by the throat when he's acting like.
Last one, and this one really intrigues me for a lot of reasons. And it's kind of in the wavelength of like the Framber Valdez idea, right? Like if we're not going to make anything different offensively, let's just go balls out and just pitch you to death. Zach Gallen.
Is he not on a team?
That's crazy.
No. He's still a free agent.
I'd sign Zach Gallen.
I guess
give him a 1 year, like $20 million.
You get a pretty team-friendly deal by this point, right?
Now, all signs are pointing that obviously him going back, but it is not. He is still available right now.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
And Ryan said the perfect thing. Like, what if you sign any one of those 3 guys? Who are you damning to the bullpen? Who's taking that job? Who's going to the bullpen?
Taijuan.
Somebody has to.
Yeah, you go Taijuan.
It's Taijuan right now.
You could have.
But when Wheeler comes back, you sending Luzardo to the bullpen because you're not sending Painter, you're not sending Wheeler, you're not sending Nolan.
But we on paper you're going to sit there and say, we got our 5 guys, but we all know how many starters that we go throughout a year.
I understand that.
And why would we not
$20 million to be a 6?
Why would we not go? You could go 6 starters. You could go 6-man rotation.
I would. If you bring in Zach Gallen, I think I'd go a 6-man rotation because I'm sure that there's going to be times where, again, coming off.
Wheeler has already said it. He will never go 6-man. He does not.
Wheeler's also just had a major surgery.
Wheeler might have one arm.
And so Wheeler's got 2 years left.
7 years old.
Wheeler might come back and throw 85 miles an hour. I have no idea. Thoracic outlet syndrome, shoulder surgery. That sounds awful.
You're not giving someone $20 million for 1 year. It's not
Why
going to
not?
happen.
We give out
We're
$20
not the
million
rules,
contracts like they're
John. We're
going
not
out of
the
style.
rules.
We're cutting a
Not
guy
for a
that's worth
sixth
$20 million for nothing.
But you're not doing it for a sixth starter. It's
At this point in the
realistic.
yeah, you probably don't do it early on, but at this point, why not?
Mm-hmm.
I hear you. It's not realistic.
Again, like, look, I don't think they're going to. Would I? Yeah, I probably would.
But I would. Absolutely. I'd even give him 2
Would
years.
I love to have Zach Gallen? Of course. I mean, the guy's a horse. I would love to have him.
I'd give him 2 years.
Against them in high
You got to
school.
bump someone.
Did he just
Played
stink
against them in high
last year,
school.
Zach Gallen?
He didn't
Yeah,
have a great
he
year.
had
last
he had
year.
a down year.
Yeah.
Didn't have a great year.
I don't remember him getting hurt or having surgery or anything like that.
No,
No,
nothing
but
major.
he played in Arizona, and they didn't do anything last year.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
just
And
kind
he
of
was
a mess.
really good 2 years ago.
He was really good 2 years ago.
He was also
Did
2
he win a
years
Cy
ago.
Young? Didn't he
No.
win a Cy
Up
Young?
there.
No?
Fun fact: got to hit off Zach Gallen in high school. Just don't put that out there.
There you go.
He's from right here, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to Eustis. I went to Paul's sixth. So
Finished third in 23.
Third.
Yeah.
And he just forgot how to pitch for 1 year.
Well, all of
man, Nolan did the
all
same.
of the
thing.
Diamondbacks had a bad year last year. You know what I mean?
I get
Like,
it.
Yeah.
I get it, but like I'm not buying that he's just like
oh, I'm with you.
cooked now. Like
That's why I might give him 2 years.
Again, I'd sign him. I would sign him. He would come back here. He lives. He grew up 15 minutes
I'm
from
not
where I am
saying
right
he
now.
wouldn't. I just going to a 6-man rotation is wild. That's a wild statement too.
But it takes pressure off of everybody, right? What has this rotation done? What is this team, this pitching staff has done over the? We played a lot of baseball, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you got a rookie in there that you're potentially trying to protect, right?
Yep.
You got guys coming back from injury, guys coming back from down years. I mean, for at least a couple week stretch till maybe you figure it out, Johnny, right? There, at least for a couple week stretch, as Wheeler comes back, maybe you do go through the beginning part of end of April, early May. Maybe you do go a
And
little
you're right.
6-man for 2 weeks just to feel it out and see what happens. Maybe Painter can't
Then
do it
you
yet.
could-
But you
can
do have a
see.
6-man in Walker. Walker is your 6-man. Like that's your 6-man.
See, that's the difference.
You may hate
That's
it.
the
You may
difference.
hate it, but that's
You don't
him.
do a 6-man for Taijuan Walker. You do a 6-man for Zach Gallen.
Yeah.
Right, and then so
You know what I
have an
mean?
option too. Like you
You're
could
right.
sign him. Like you could sign the guy, and then if everybody's healthy and in June everybody's doing well, you could trade one of those guys. I don't know who you would want to, but you could.
Yeah.
You could trade him and go and
Yeah.
get an outfield bat.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way in baseball. You know that. Come on, you trade major league prospects, go for major league players. Like there's usually not a major league talent starting player going for a major league talent starting player. It doesn't work that way at the trade deadline. Teams are either out of it trading to get prospects, or teams are in it trading to get talent. Like
That's why you
it
do
doesn't
it in
work that
June
way.
and not at the deadline, July 31st.
Yeah.
You do it in June. Because like what happened with the Giants Red Sox deal last year? Like they traded starting pitching and like a Jordan Hicks and some other guys for like the Devers trade. That was in May? Again,
that
it's
was
not
more-
very common, but it's an option.
Right. It is.
So?
You're right.
But baseball's officially back. We got enough time to keep going over this stuff as we get deeper into the spring. I know I already got a trip planned out to Colorado for that early season and the early series in April. Wasn't sure. I was thinking it's going to be cold as shit, and I'm an idiot. But
I've been pretty mild out
Go-
west this
Go
winter.
skiing in the morning and then go watch the game after.
But I've been trying to get out to Colorado to see a game for a while, so I bit the bullet and just bought it. So I'll be out there. I'll be freezing my balls off because I don't own pants. I'm a true Floridian now. I don't own pants, so I might spend more on the wardrobe than I will on the tickets going out there. But no, good talk. We got a lot of time to talk Phillies. Just wanted to get a little discussion as spring training jumped in here. We appreciate everybody chiming in. Thank you all. See you next week, maybe. Nothing much going on. Maybe we'll take next week down. I'm in Vegas next week, so I won't be on. But we'll see.
Boy.
Talk some Olympics.
Yeah, right. Hockey starts tomorrow, though, right? Or this morning, right?
Yeah,
6 a.m. is when it's go on. Is that right? That game starts at 6 a.m.?
Does it start?
6 a.m. Yes.
I just might pull an all-nighter. I'll be up that late anyway.
I'll be working.
Yeah. Well, thank you all for chiming in. On your way out, hit that like, hit that subscribe, turn the bells on so if we are on next week, you will hear us. For John Coyle, Ryan Elizik, Noah Eaton, Rob Brinkman, I'm Greg Malachvik. Thank you all for joining. We will see you soon.